I just got a press release from Senator Wyden's office. And it says, the headline on it, it's a United States Senate news release. And it says, Wyden, Udall, and Heinrich press Obama administration for additional transparency on U.S. drone policy. Ron Wyden's been really good on this stuff. And as has Mark Udall of Colorado. The senators also said the American people have the right to know the limits and boundaries of the president's power to take lethal action against them. Here's why this is so important. They go on to say, we believe that the executive branch needs to more clearly define its interpretation of the laws and rules that govern lethal operations outside of declared war zones, and in particular lethal operations against American citizens. So, for example, I mean, here's where this goes. We're all sitting around right now having a debate about whether the president should have held a trial in absentia against Anwar al-Awlaki, the American citizen who, went over to Pakistan and started making videos in favor of al-Qaeda. And then, Obama killed him, and then he killed his 16-year-old son, too, with drone strikes. And we've been debating whether there should be due process, and the White House issued a letter earlier in the week, I think it was on Monday, saying that, in fact, it was released in response, I think, to a lawsuit or to a request from Congress, saying that, we have the right to do this under the authorization to use military force, the AUMF, which I think needs to be declared dead. Congress needs to end this thing. But in any case, I think there's a much larger issue here that nobody in the American press is talking about. And the much larger issue is that if we as the world's superpower, we as the standard bearer of what is good and right and moral in the world, and we, whether we are that or not, we certainly represent ourselves to the world as that, and many citizens of the world, and even some governments, think of us in those terms. I mean, it's a simple fact that whether it's poor people from third world countries or whether it's wealthy people from pretty much anywhere except Western Europe, when people want to leave their homeland, they want to come here. We got a lot of problems, and the Republicans are making life really, really miserable for the middle class. But still, America, in many ways, is the land of opportunity. So, as the perceived leader of the free world, as the perceived, when South Africa threw off apartheid, they modeled their constitution after us. I mean, although they have proportional representation in parliamentary, I mean, they modeled. We were the, shall we say, inspiration. I mean, they actually used more European forms, but the point is that if we do it, any other country in the world could make a legitimate case for doing it too. I mean, what's going to happen if the government of Syria decides that John McCain's lobbying the Prince Bandar bin Sultan, Bandar Bush, to raise millions from Saudi millionaires to fight against the Syrian government? I mean, this is an actual battle against a government that's recognized by the United Nations. So what happens if Assad, the president of Syria, says, looks to me like this guy's a supporter of terrorists. We should take him out. And they fly a drone over the Capitol building, going after McCain and Lindsey Graham. I mean, I'm absolutely not supporting anything like that. But I'm saying what we're doing by doing this kind of thing is we're providing a rationale for any other government to go after anybody.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
And when you start seeing drone strikes going off in Spain, where Cuba is, or in the United States, or any place else, suddenly we're gonna look back and say, oops,